Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's that time. It is tarot time with Cindy. I take the weight off your shoulders here. I'm not even ready to get cards. The weight of the world, let it go right now, okay? Just let the weight of the world go. Just allow yourself to be cracked open from within. Maybe the world is like a heavy energy that is stopping you from opening up. The weight of the world is a heavy energy stopping you from opening up. We just like walked right into this reading, so let's just go with it. All right, the weight of the world. There's boundaries here. There are boundaries that are not yours to be keeping. And when I say there's boundaries, it almost feels as if there's some sort of energy or force that like pushes on you. There's an energy or force that is pushing on you that's not yours. And like even like pushing back on it is like activating this energy. It's more like I'm kind of seeing somebody with a weighted blanket on them, and you want to be able to like move that off of you. It feels it's a weight. It's weight. This shouldn't be yours. You're hanging on to something to know. You're not hanging on to something. It's as if something that is kind of like tried to lay onto you like a weighted blanket. And it's almost like take the scissors and cut yourself out of it. Take the scissors and cut yourself out of this. Allow yourself to be freed from a burden. Surrender to it's to surrender to what's inside of you as opposed to surrendering to whatever is pushing you down. Deep cellular healing. Earth pulsing is reversed behind that. Pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. It's almost like it's more time to heal yourself. Like has this happened though? It's happened. It's time to release this weight. I don't know what this is, huh? It's like pretty specific. Release this weight. Allow yourself to hatch out from the inside out. Snip off this weighted blanket. Look at that. You got the Phoenix. Yeah, what is this weight? I mean, for each of you, it's probably something a little bit different, but it might even be something that you took on at some other point in time, and this responsibility goes far beyond what it should have for you. It is just to let this go. You shouldn't be concerning yourself with this. It shouldn't be an excuse for you to be and do what it is that you want to be and do. This is like the signal of your rebirth. It is the signal of your rebirth here. Oh my gosh, cracked open with the Lamb. It's reclaiming your innocence, your curiosity. It's spring. It's like, right, the spring. The essence of purity. This weighted blanket doesn't belong to you anymore. I'm getting like, it may even have some sort of emotional tie too, the way she's floating in the water. And if you think, even just a normal blanket, well, I don't know how much water a weighted blanket absorbs. I guess it depends what material it's made out of. But right, like it's even just that. It feels as if you've been like submersed or floating in a body of water here, a body of emotions. And the weight is like you need to step out of that now. It's like leave those emotions where you initially acknowledged them, stepped into them, and allow yourself to kind of like drip dry, drip dry, come out of this, rise out of this water. There's a boundary here that you don't need to keep anymore as well. It could be reactive. It could be from something else that has happened to you in the past, And right now you do not need to maintain that boundary. If this is, okay, the other thing that I'm also getting with this, if this is something where your consciousness, your effort is being applied to an area where you have to have a boundary, you know, for whatever that is, this is really asking you to kind of rise above that and focus your consciousness and your action or energy outside of that boundary. You know, like almost let the boundary just kind of function on autopilot and try not to have so much focus on it. Ask my little fireflies. Coming out of the darkness. Oh, look at that. The firefly is just fleeting. It's fleeting in the darkness. And this is just rising above the darkness. Rising above the darkness. Well, this reading just started talking all on its own here. So here we go. The Nine of Swords. Oh my, the Eight of Swords. Holy crap. And the Two of Pentacles. Look at this butterfly is held back by so much. Crack it open. The Ace of Wands. Crack it open. The Father of Wands. The Six of Cups. There's something here you're truly meant to feel and experience. There's a boundary here that you really do need to release. I feel like it's energetic. Maybe it's protective. I don't know. It comes across more like it's a reflex or it's reactive or habit. Like it kind of looks to me as if the circumstance no longer exists around the reason that the boundary was created in the first place. And it almost, these three cards almost, you know, it's just, it feels as if the concern here is more about over analyzing or imagining what could be on the other side of the unknown, or what's the possibility of what could happen here, or what could go wrong, how I might fumble, or, you know, any of those sort of thoughts here, to really rise above them. Because I feel like this reactive or habit thinking that is centered around a boundary or closing yourself off or being small in some way or unseen is creating a situation where there's nowhere else to go but up. Right? With the Phoenix, the Ace of Wands, cracking this open and rising. It's sort of like I'm imagining years ago when I used to play Minecraft with my son, and we would, if you were digging down, you would get to, I can't remember, what was it called? I don't remember what they called it in Minecraft anymore, but you would get to the bottom and you couldn't dig any further. That was it. It was like, yeah, that's the core, whatever. And you can't dig any further. That's what this is like. It's almost like something that you've been trying to avoid. Maybe it is like putting yourself out there a little bit more. Maybe it is being more open and receptive to opportunities coming your way, being adventurous and looking for opportunities. It's almost like as you've said, no, you've pushed yourself down into a space where there is, the only way you can go is up. And if you want to go up here, I would say, like, do it with ferocity, do it with spirit. Do it, when I say spirit, it's sort of like a double meaning to that, right? Like, do it with the intensity of your own soul here, but also do it in sort of co-creation with spirit as well. I feel like there's a part of yourself here that you've left behind that you need to connect with again. And the only way to connect with it is up. It is to say yes. Now, the lamb, to me, is also sort of the symbol of like spring and Easter, being in the Northern Hemisphere, that's coming around again. So you know, maybe spring in itself implies, take that literally depending on where you are. So some of you could be on a different timeline here. But as the reader, I feel like, you know, that comes across to me just because that's how I'm going to relate to it, depending on where I am. So, I mean, that's honestly really just like, what is it, a couple months away, maybe a month and a half. And I feel like, though, it's more of a timeline to help you prepare and even like to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to start visualizing differently. I'm going to start talking and using words differently that support this aspect of myself that is rising up again, that is reaching for the stars, that is reaching for something more. I'm going to visualize myself coming out of this, the deepest basement that God created for me. I'm going to rise up and out of that. And give yourself a bit of a timeline here to take, maybe even for some of you, like baby steps, and turn those baby steps into hop, skips, and jumps, and then turn those into sort of like taking on a canter or a canter. Maybe some of you are Sagittarius. I don't know why that, like, canter is usually associated with a horse, but the Strength card. Temperance and Strength. The Devil is reversed. The Devil has been reversed. The Devil has been reversed, and you have been alchemizing and processing and healing. You have been gaining your strength and your courage to face a new day. Yeah, the Devil is reversed, and it is time. And it's almost as if you pulled back, as right, to keep something against your back, right? Like if you're pushed into a corner, or if you are trying to defend yourself, the easiest way to do that is to have something at your back, so you only have to worry about what's in front of you. And so it feels as though you were working against a movable wall, right? And just kept, or floor, and just keeping things away from you. And now there's nowhere else to go but up, because the Devil has been reversed. That's, I'm gonna pull some cards on this underline. The Devil in reverse. The Tower. The Tower, the Death card. And the Ten of Pentacles. It's almost as if the destructive period has come to an end. The destructive period has come to an end. There's some sort of a group, maybe a workspace, someplace where others were. And this energy does not concern you anymore. You are not connected. You are not physically, I don't know, no. I feel like you are no longer physically or energetically connected. You are having a rebirth here. You're meant to flourish. Honestly, you're really meant to flourish and prosper and enjoy abundance in this energy. Temperance. Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new day. This is really a new day here. I mean, whoever is resonating with this, you are being asked to come out of sort of the deepest depths that a person could go. To give yourself a small timeline here to get comfortable with moving forward, with opening up. It's really like an opening up energy. Imagine what could be. The Strength card. The Ten of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel as though there are things that you have learned I'm going to say, some type of relationship here that you've had with the Devil, that you're not always going to come out winning in this situation. Or there might be things that you need to do to look after you. And in doing that, you might come out winning, but there might be compromises here. It's kind of giving me this Strength card is kind of feeling like it's no longer time to compromise yourself. It's no longer time for compromises. The Lamb, you are the Lamb. You're being asked to be the Lamb, to crack it open. Whoa, the Queen of Cups. It's to feel love. It is to open up to love. I love that you have surrender to the alchemy, and we have Temperance here. My alchemy card as your underline. It's to open up. You're alchemizing. This is an entire process. Like when I gave it a timeline in terms of spring, that was only like to take you to a step, right? And there's almost like a bunch of little steps, or if it's like categorized, okay, step one. Under step one is A, B, and C, sort of like sub-steps. And then after that, then you go to step two. This is an entire process that you are going through here. It can't be rushed. I don't feel like you are in a rushed energy. And it's almost like a little tiny push even. Like a little tiny push here. The Ace of Wands. The Hierophant. Something God is asking of you. A commitment here. I feel like it's a commitment that your soul made. You've been through some type of lesson. It's time to start stepping outside as new you. Cracking this open, right? Like it's like opening up the chrysalis that couldn't open before. Open up the chrysalis that was unable to open before. The Father of Wands. The Two of Pentacles. The Six of Cups. The Lovers and the Two of Swords. There is a journey here that is really, it is all part of your destiny. You're approaching a very important time. And saying time, I feel that like not to associate it with like the movement of time, like hourly time or minutes or months or years or anything like that. It is sort of like the timing is based on your process, and your process is indicating that you are moving towards what is kind of described through these cards as fate, a fated time here to start carving your destiny through choices that you need to make, that you will be asked to make. They do not feel like they will be difficult choices. It does feel like you'll be asked to trust your intuition. So trusting your intuition is also being in a more free-flowing space so that your intuition feels accurate and not like grasping at straws. Your fire, no, I don't know the firefly. What's the Eight of Swords? This is like what feels like you've been not cracking yourself open. Ah, see the Seven of Wands, like all of this very protective, I don't know if defiant is the right term, but keeping things at bay here. The Two of Pentacles, to some degree, it almost feels like negotiating. Or you have been negotiating your rebirth. It's time to stop negotiating and just claim it. The King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Strength card. I feel like you already have a foundation here. It could be a foundation that you have been multitasking on. Like if there's a defense mechanism energy that you've been utilizing to protect yourself and you have been building something up, or this is something that has just maintained itself during a period of difficulty, weighted responsibility. It's almost like this energy is something that is giving you a foundation for a new idea. I feel like you all are ready for more too. Like this Two of Pentacles right here with the Father of Wands too. It's kind of exploring more than one thing at once, and it is allowing an area of your life to have space to move and grow where there might be one area that you can't, right? Like, as I said at the beginning, the boundary. whatever this is, it's to let it to kind of function as best as you can, more on like a subconscious level, as opposed to like taking your energy and your attention through the conscious. Like, direct your consciousness to something different here, right? Because she's controlling both the tornado and herself at the same time, working through fears, managing turmoil and chaos, managing the turmoil and chaos, and managing yourself as well. That's what I got. That's what I got. This is very open. I'm going to just, you know what? I'm just going to continue to pull cards in the extended. I'm just going to continue to pull cards. I'm just going to let, this is obviously a free-flowing message. It just wants to kind of move as Spirit intended. And so that's what I'm going to do with the extended. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.